Hello, hello, everyone, hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday, January 13th, the year of 2025. Let's all be thankful that we are still here. Um, let's all keep in prayer the people, prayer uplifted, or whatever you can do. Um, Positive for the people in California. No matter how we might think, because they're rich and gifted, we still don't want to see anybody homeless. We know what it's like to lose everything. So these people will learn what it feels like to lose everything. You know, they talk about people price gouging. Well, baby, they tell me out there in California, allegedly, the Kardashian family has been gouging water. Tell me what people won't do to make it. Okay, so let me do this disclaimer. First of all, my Uncomfortable Conversations series that I will be having and talking about, and I would love to have people of all races, color, creed, religious, or political backgrounds to start joining some of these conversations. My shows, I'm not targeting anybody. I am a black, well, now we're FBA woman with an opinion of mine, and I have friends of all races. And I have things that I have always wanted to discuss from the time I left Chicago, moved to Joliet, to going to school, high school, college, and just life. It was always some things that, I just wanted to discuss and ask. Let me tell you, I did a lot of ear hustling. I listened to a lot of conversations. Listened to a lot of conversations that my grandmother, Sonora Carter, may she rest in peace. I did a lot of ear hustling. I did a lot of ear hustling on a whole lot of conversations. You know, I remember some of the things I heard my grandmother, my aunts, my uncles, their friends, the discussions, and I can remember some things they used to say. I have seen them come to pass. If you think this show about you, if you think this show is about you, then I guess it will be about you. A hit dog will holler, because it's not personal towards anybody. If you think, like I say, I can only control me, and me is to have uncomfortable conversations where I am 62 and I have been wanting to do this, have these uncomfortable conversations that we don't like to talk about. So, you know, again, this show, everybody is included to join the panel. I think I'm gonna be doing this. Think I'm gonna do it like on Sundays. I don't know, but I will still do my show as I have been doing my shows on YouTube. Whether I have one person to 20 to 30 people in the show, it was just some things, even in my life, that I just had questions. And so I wanted to also learn, hey B, I'm going to drop the link if you want to come on up. Anybody is invited. I'm not, uh, you know, I know my friend B Sparrow that just came in, she always wanted to do a women's panel. You know, communication and understanding and being respectful of people's, just respecting them in general will get you a long way in life. Now, I am the first one to say I ain't always had it together, and I still don't have it all together, because I still got some issues, you know. But anyway, I always wanted to learn about other cultures and what goes on. But I used to have a person that came on, and some people, instead of listening to the message, a lot of times we want to say the messenger is racist, and they're just giving their opinion. So this is the first show, and again, like I say, people of all races and cultures, because I just always wanted to know, did this just go on with us? What do other people think? Because I really feel in my heart, and don't get this twisted, because there are people that have never been around another race of people. Yeah, there are. And there are some people that have only stereotyped people from what the media put out there. The media is the number one gangster, okay? So, oh, okay, I get it, I understand. So, the media and whoever is, you know, running the world, or, however they want to say, they had a plan, and that was, to control people. So they controlled the way that people will look at my, wait a minute, y'all. Be okay. Now we are called Foundational Black Americans. Well, we've been 20. How many names have we had? Color, Negroes, Black, African American, all that. But I like that. I like the Foundational Black American. Is for people that were born right here in the United States of America and what we have experienced. We can sit up here all day long. Um, I really, you know, I don't know where I come from. I mean, I know I was created by God. I came out of my mother's womb. But, you know, I do know I have some Indian in me. You know, I do know that. But even though, like, I want to learn more about different cultures and the history, but when some of y'all people get to talking about we need to find our tribe, find your tribe. Well, I'm gonna tell you, there's some tribes I wouldn't want it to belong to. I think we should focus on getting rid of some of the mind controlling, the the division to keep us divided, the people that tell you to hate people of other races. So with that being said, oh B, I hate you already in bed. Oh, but I did want to finish this thought. you know like, I do know I have some Indian in me. Baby, I ain't gonna never know what tribe I belong to and all of that. It is what it is. The only thing I'm trying to do, and if people have been listening to my shows, I just always felt like understanding was the best communication. And the older I got, I realized how much, how, how damaged we really are. When I was in therapy year before last, I realized more things about me that had affected me that I really didn't think they had, but they did. Hey, Albert. Girl, they kill me. Find your tribe. I be wanting to say, you know, something, please. Because we we ain't gonna know. And some tribes I don't want to belong to. But But these are things that I see in the family structure for FBAs, which is foundational Black Americans, or whatever it is, she. But anyway, number one, we got the saying, what goes on in this house stays in this house. The worst thing. What goes on in this house stays in this house. So you can't tell or say anything that could be going wrong in the house. The number two thing, no siblings or cousins are better than the next. Stop with this, my auntie better than yours, my cousin better than yours. Some people have been blessed where they have relatives that could help them financially, that makes them say that, which isn't all that great because it's not based about money. To say my auntie is better than yours or my cousin is better than yours. When I say my auntie is better than somebody, I want to tell people the way my aunt set me down and tried to tell me, don't think if I got pregnant by a man or you have a baby, that's going to make that man marry you. And again, this is only my opinion. The number three thing with these FBAs, there should be no difference from light skin versus dark skin. You still have people that are judging people if they're dark skinned. Some will tell their kids, don't bring no dark skinned person to my house. The number four thing, you shouldn't treat a friend better than your family. Because trust and believe that friend ain't gonna treat you the way that they do their family. Oh, we all got some good friends, but they ain't gonna go as far for a friend as they would their family. Okay? Number five, don't discuss adult business or their past around the children. See, all of this, my kid, my best friend, no, they're not your friend. They are your child. Kids should be in a separate room unless the whole family is together and they're discussing the behavior of a child, or they're having a family intervention. Other than that, no kids should be around adults, and you sick, pathetic adults that go around talking about other adults or your family members, siblings, cousins around your kids for them to form a messed up opinion. You are some sick individuals. You're warping a child's mind. And while you're talking about that relative, while you think you so high and mighty, baby, that might be the one that's got to wipe your ass. Number 6. Oh, you know, some of us FBAs, y'all don't want certain people at your house. You don't think of them as shit. You don't even want your children around them. And that child is looking at the relative that you don't want at their house like they the low down dirtiest person on earth. But then you get mad because that relative, that one that you didn't want at your house, might be the one that you had to call for help. Some of y'all will let y'all friends, kids come live with y'all, take care of them, do everything else, and won't even help your family, but just talk about them. Number 7, for the college educated, I only have an associate's. I have everything. There's everything from high school dropouts that went back to school and got their GEDs. Some of you people think if you don't have a college education that you ain't nothing. Well, I know a lot of people that didn't go to college. They went to trade school. They're great plumbers, great electricians, great truck drivers, making good money while you turn their nose up because they might have been the garbage man for the city where they was receiving good pay, great benefits, and a great retirement package. But y'all look down on them because they didn't have a college education. Oh Lord, okay, so I stopped numbering because I actually wrote down stuff today so I wouldn't forget anything. But I could see now I got tired of writing because I have arthritis in my right hand and I get tingling situations. So the next thing I see with the FBAs. You never have a discussion. Everybody want to cuss each other out. Say, don't say nothing to me. You don't know nothing. And then you never apologize. Never say you wrong. Another thing I say that's wrong is we say, oh, don't worry about it. That's just the way you are. No, I ain't got to accept just the way they are. See, because first of all, see, I ain't down with this stuff. What the family will check to disrespect the family member, but not the family member that's being disrespectful. You know, nobody checks nobody on their behavior. No, boy, you wrong. Or when somebody call you and say, well, this didn't happen, you need to be asking, well, what did you do? Because trust and believe there's three sides to every story. Another thing I see wrong with FBAs is that, and don't get me wrong, Jesus, 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 it's the sweetest thing I know, sweetest name I know. Father, I get tired of being hurt. I have faith because you left me here. But we can't pray. I mean, we can pray, but some of us need additional help. Some of you need therapy. You can't send Billy Bob away for the summer because he was getting in a little trouble or doing this and doing that. And you say, I'm going to send him down south with such and such. They going to straighten him out. Or I'm going to send her down there because I think she might be a little too fast. No. Send them to therapy. Kids can get therapy and us adults can get therapy. The other thing I see wrong with FBAs, we got to stop giving people labels. She fast. What you mean she fast? Because she can jump rope faster? She can run faster? Or you think she easy with the boys? You people will give people a label and everybody else will follow it. Oh man, look at him. He a ladies man. He a cool cat. He a playboy. What is a lover man? Being a playboy ain't good. Should be saying we want them to get married. We hope he finds him a nice wife to get married. The next thing, and again, I want to say this show ain't about nobody in particular. Baby, I ain't been perfect. I got issues. I'm still learning every day. We got to stop glorifying everything that's wrong. Another thing is, stop this folks jealous of you and stop this crab in the barrel mentality. Ain't nobody jealous of you. And then I know some FBAs, they get mad if you don't get birthday presents and Christmas gifts and don't want to invite you to the party because you ain't going to bring a gift. But you might decide you want to do something special. It don't have to be on somebody's birthday or Christmas or sweetest day, Valentine's Day. And so this was just a short list of things, you know, that I see, things that I hope we can change. And if people been listening to my shows, I've been saying this. Like, we don't sit down and discuss. There's no communication. Hey, Tim. Yes, save the children first. Be a mother, be a father. We didn't get a manuscript for none of this. Now, some people say, you know, whatever religion you believe in, you know, the Bible, the Quran, you know, some religions got their own Bibles. A lot of people say that's a blueprint for life. And GJ34 say, some of them would make you think that they don't care, but if you pay attention to them very carefully, do you really care or not? Now, what are we? Did you want to elaborate, or would you like to come up, GJ34, and break that down? Because I've cared for my family. Well, first, my parents. I took care of my parents when they lost jobs at the steel mills. Okay. I cared about my siblings, my cousins, my friends. But again, it could have been the same, could have been some different results if we had communication instead of waiting, you know, to the weekends when, you know, everybody's been drunk and now everybody want to cuss each other out and tell everybody how they really feel. Oh, okay. I've cared for people here on YouTube. People I ain't never met. but I knew them. But as you get older, see, I'm just having uncomfortable conversations that I want to talk about. Because, see, I own up to my life. I'm a survivor of life, addictions, cancer, physical abuse. But we never talk about nothing. We will wake up in the morning and tiptoe and walk around eggshells like ain't nothing happened. Angel! Hey, what's poppin'? Okay, so let me read some of these comments. But what uh, now I'm gonna focus on GJ Threefold statement. When after a certain time and point has come when people have done the same behavior, you know, they always ruin the party. They always ruin the get together. Nobody's never checked them on their behavior. And people start saying, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm tired of this stuff and I don't care anymore. And in order for some people to get their peace, they have to stop caring. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Oh, crap. Okay. Shatika, to God be the glory. Train up a child and it will follow them the rest of their life. A child stays in the child place or teens place. Old school parenting works. Girl, let me tell you something. I don't know what they put in that Similac, but baby, there was no way we was gonna open the door for anybody. We wasn't getting ready to talk to strangers. We were really, we really cared about what the neighborhood people thought. Cause you know what? If it got around that you had acted up in school, you hope you made it home and could sit down. Cause back in the day you got paddled. If the neighbor heard about it, then your parents, oh my God. Shoot, some of these old school parents would be in jail now. We knew to be in bed by a certain time. And we couldn't even tell nobody our parents wasn't at home. And you couldn't answer the phone a lot of times. If your parent called home, they let the phone ring twice. You knew that was your parent and they called right back and you better answer that phone. Okay, GJ34 is just saying many of them really do care. Just pay attention to them and you'll see what's some, even though they might not show it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, some people, unfortunately, we have a lot of damaged people. A lot of people that have experienced some trauma. Some people don't even know what love is. Some people don't know what showing love is. Some people were never shown affection. Hey, TW Popcorn, Tim 001 said the miscommunication is what gets us in trouble. Oh my God, I remember I thought I could get pregnant by kissing a boy. Angel, Angel. Tim says he's trying to be a helper. And Angel, I miss you. I miss you too. What's been going on? I'm alive. Well, Tim 001, um, no, it does not have to be difficult to raise a child, but unfortunately, it is. Especially today's kids. It's difficult to raise a child when you got adults sitting around talking about your parents. But if you want, next week we can do a show on how difficult is it to raise a child. Tonight's show is just things that I feel, in my opinion, I've always talked about this and I always wanted to do this. It's so many things that we did wrong. Yeah, a lot of people. But folks don't want you to talk to their kids now. You can't talk to kids now. You can't whoop their kids. Shoot, if they heard some of these kids was terrorizing other kids, them parents went up there to that playground. Every parent, if they said, them three bad boys over there, them three bad boys' parents took turns beating them bad boys and them bad girls' butts. You can't do that nowadays. Oh, you're in California. I see everything's on fire there. My goodness. Angel, I've already claimed healing for you and your surgery. You're going to be all right. Um, um, you came in late for the show, but I'm gonna just give you a brief some of the things that I think that we do wrong. And my number one thing is what goes on this house stays in this house. And adults should not be having adult conversations around kids. And they shouldn't be talking about other relatives about kids, the neighbors and nothing. Kids are kids. Kids do not need to be sitting at a table with adults. Your kids are not your friends. And people don't sit down and have discussions. People don't say, I'm sorry what I did hurt you. I know I can't change it, but I'm sorry. Or can you tell me what I did to hurt you? And hopefully the person won't, people won't lie. They'll be honest. A lot of people don't want to own up to their mess. Those are things I think we've done wrong. Okay, you had to send one kid to Job Corps. Yeah, because I know some people that had to do that too. They saw one child, boy or girl, stand out late, didn't want to be coming home. They couldn't be running the streets chasing behind one, and they got three more at home that still need their love and attention. So they sent the child to Job Corps. Now they mad. Angel Hatton says, if I did wrong and the neighbors say me, they would get a hold of me and drag me to my dad, and I got a whooping, I know. And you over in another country. So this is just the uncomfortable conversations that's still going on now. Well, with my life right now, like it's a lot of things to protect my peace and sanity that I didn't have to leave some people right where they at. Okay, thank you. I see what you mean. Thank you, GJ, for baby. I made some mistakes too. I only had one child, and I didn't, you know, just gave him everything. And another thing family do, like if if somebody acting up, we so caught up in this, what goes on in this house stays in this house, that sometimes, we think everybody in our business. What business? We all poor. What business do do any of y'all own any big corporations? Do you own? Are you a stockholder in 55% of a company? So we don't have no business. So we don't want to let everybody know that such and such is acting out in school. I didn't have to go up there. I didn't even have to sit in the classroom. I done seen them. You think you go up there, whoop them, cuss them out. Some of some of these family members got so much pride. Instead of them going to get that uncle that made the mistakes and say, we getting ready to have a family meeting, intervention, and you had that aunt or uncle come over there and say, tell them their story. Them tell it, not you. That might could help that child. Well, I'm glad your kids worked out perfectly, because this is not a perfect world. I mean, the people in the world are not perfect. We all are flawed, and we all have been hit with some type of trauma. And so, hold on, y'all. I had a video. So I want y'all to listen to this. I listen to Nino Brown a lot. Oh, yeah, we can learn from our mistakes. See, I sat down and I told my son my story, because I said, I don't need nobody telling my story. I'm going to tell it. Because kids pay attention. They pay attention when they see daddy creeping at night or mama creeping at night. One of them leave for work and then mama leave or daddy leave. Kids pay attention when you sitting up talking about what your sister or brother doing, but you doing something else twice as bad in their eyes. And a lot of us, you can't tell us nothing. You can't. They don't want to hear it. You know, you got people right now traumatized, mad because at former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, you had Obama and Trump chuckling, actually talking and laughing. And people are mad because the things that they said Obama, Obama said about Trump and his wife at the DNC, every name they called him. But now you chuckling in their face, y'all friends. So you said all of this stuff, called him all kind of names, talking about he was worse. He was like Mr. Hitler, but now you sitting here at a funeral. So you got people looking at them like, what hypocrites. You sat up and talked about the man. And this is how people do in your family. They talk about you and then they smiling in your face. And the kids done heard you talk about them like a dog. But you got to call and ask them to loan you $20 till payday for some gas. So this is the first show that I want to talk about with uncomfortable conversations, things people don't want to talk about. This show is not about anybody in particular, but a hit dog will holler. I'm just giving my input on some of the things I've seen and experienced in life. And what I see and, and why I feel the way I feel. I'm just giving an opinion and I respect it. Oh yeah, Angel, honey, girl, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get these videos to play. I've been trying to get these videos. Hold on. If everybody can hit the like, share, and subscribe button, I would appreciate it. Hold on, y'all, for just 1 minute. Hold on. Bear with me, and I'm gonna have to end the show soon because I've been dealing with the flu and my energy been. Uh, hold on, y'all. Oh yeah, Camilla wasn't happy at all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, everybody. Now I'm going to let y'all listen to this video. So, see, this is how kids feel when they sit up and they see adults not practicing what they preach, or they hear you adults talking about other adults or your siblings, or you think you're better than them because, one has to go get some food stamps every month. And one decided that they were going to go to college. And one decided she'd rather just keep her kids and raise them. So hold on. Hold on.
At Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Wait a minute.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Charlemagne recently had a meltdown on the Breakfast Club about Trump's interaction with Obama. Check it out.
Yes, I think I just think politics is all WWE. And, meanwhile, we out here, cutting off family and friends and business relationships because of who somebody chose to vote for. Like, stop running to kick that football, man. Cut it out. Politics is all WWE. It's really just that simple for me.
They really could have been talking about the NFL. They could have been talking about anything.
Yeah, but after you went so hard, calling somebody a threat to democracy and calling somebody a fascist, and now you just, chummy with the man. You told us he was a threat to democracy. To me, that's just just terrible political optics.
It's WWE because they sit next to each other. They could have said anything. Trump could have said, "You smell that?" Somebody farted. He could have laughed. Like, you just never know.
They was calling him a fascist, just like his VP called him Hitler. Would you giggle with Hitler? Meanwhile, Republicans demonize Democrats every chance they get. Bruce Fisher wouldn't even shake the VP's hand. But you got the last real leader of the Democratic Party, Barack Obama, laughing and giggling with Trump. Looking like, yeah, he is. He's kissing the ring. That's what it looked like. It did.
I wouldn't say kiss. I wouldn't say kiss in the ring. I didn't say kiss in the ring. It was like a conversation.
But you sitting there, somebody having a conversation. You thought exactly what they said. If you really believe, because this is what they said, if you believe that this person is going to jail his political opponents, and you believe this person is going to seek revenge against his political opponents, you probably be in there kikiing too. All I'm saying, it just looks like terrible political optics after you've, used such crazy ass rhetoric against him. And by the way, I'm a person that's called him a fascist too, but not because of what Democrats said, but because of what I heard coming out of his mouth. But if you're going to use that type of rhetoric and then sit there and kiki with him after the fact, that's terrible political optics.
You just don't know what we're talking about, though. Like you said, it could have been something quick. He just laughed and kept it moving.
No.
So, to you adults, this is how kids look at you when you're sitting around trying to act like you're better than other people in your family, or you're talking about your family, or you're talking about their kids instead of helping them. They look at you as hypocrites. That's why they don't respect you. And it's a shame when children have to hear adults talking about other family members when they really don't know what being a hoe is, or he low down, you can't trust him. Girl, they want you to take their shoes off at the door. You know, I got that once I got older. You don't know what folks was bringing in your house on their shoes. I had an aunt, when you went to her house, you took your shoes off at her door. Now, with all the diseases and, you know, even though bed bugs been around for years, I mean, because we did say good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. But you don't need people coming in, bringing in whatever knows where their shoes have been. Dog poop, anything. But instead of us understanding and thinking, you don't know if their kids got allergies and all of this, we want to say, oh, they too good. They really don't want you at the house. They want you to take their shoes off. This is what we do. So, like I said, if you have anything you would like to talk about with the uncomfortable conversations, you know, that people are afraid to talk about, we can talk about them over here. Because, see, I ain't got no problem with it. I'm at peace with myself. It ain't nothing nobody could say or do to me that's going to stop me from thinking I'm number one. And I hope all of y'all think that you're number one. No matter what the people say, I'm going to love y'all. Some of y'all anyway. The last and least thing, the last and the most important thing that I want to leave you with is when you forgive a person, you have to forgive them for you to have peace. But let me tell you something. That don't mean you have to forget. Because if they do it once, they'll do it again. Check disrespect the first time you are disrespected, so it would not go any further. And try to check it and talk reasonably. Cause see, I'm a more calmer person. How they say some people can go to 0 to 100. But now that I've gotten older, I'm trying to keep my mind, body, and soul in alignment. And some people just gonna be who they are. Dirty, rotten, no good, low down, deceiving. And I'm not gonna walk around eggshells. I'm not gonna pretend like nothing didn't happen. I'm not gonna act like you didn't hurt me. I'm not gonna act like I didn't hear the things you said or did to me. At the age of 62, You out of my life. And I ain't mad at you. But for my peace, my protection, because I'm sick of people. You'll talk about the person that got all disrespectful, but you won't talk about the people that disrespected them. You won't check them. You'll sit up, some of y'all will sit up and let one sibling get away with murder. Oops, unaliving. Well, murdering behavior, I should say. Then they always blaming the other sibling. You believe in them. That messes with kids too. So it's a lot of things that we need to talk about. Hey, Georgia girl. Hey, Pan. Hey, Georgia girl. Me and her met with the R. Kelly sector. We didn't let none of that stuff bother us. I still kept going to her show. She still kept coming to mine. Well, nobody getting ready to tell me who I'm going to talk to and be around. But don't get it twisted. You do sometimes have to listen. You can listen when somebody say, watch out for that person because this, and this. Keep it in the back of your mind. Because see, sometimes that person might be telling you the truth. I don't want to find out certain things about people on my own. I want somebody to tell me. If such and such got a history, they heard he was the peeping Tom, or she was the abuser. I want to know that stuff. I don't want to find out in what going through my own hurt and pain. Tell me. So at least I can keep it in the back of my mind. So I can say, you know what? When I had that light bulb moment, I can be like, you know what? Such and such did say this person was this and that and full of it. Tell me and let them. And I'm going to listen. And I ain't going to run back and tell them. I'm just going to take heed to what somebody done told me. The hell you mean? Let me find out on my own. And you going to sit around here and let your sister or your cousin or somebody date somebody and they got a history of being an abusive person, but you ain't gonna say nothing, you know. You gonna let them, you know. I ain't getting in that. The stuff we should tell people about, we won't. So I'm ready to end the show. I thank y'all for listening. I've had the flu. And yes, 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 Georgia girl, we all grown. So I'm going to wrap this show up. And if anybody wants to come up with the topic for the uncomfortable conversations, because, we like to sweep stuff under the rug. So we wake up, we won't act like we live in a fairy tale. We don't want to face reality with some things. Hey, Tamika, Pan said you read in the Greek website about the big fire in California. They find a famous actress dead and her house was burned, 95 years old. She played in the Blues Brother movies. Yes, Pan, they have found quite a few people unalived here during those fires. Um, a lot of one community that's burned down is like an old money community, where some of those elderly people were living alone and had nobody. Thank you, Pan. So y'all, I'm gonna get on off. And Pan, I'm gonna be all right. There is 4 strands of the flu going around everybody. So I suggest that everybody wear masks now. I think, a lot of us got a little lax with, carrying our hand sanitizing everything, you know, wearing gloves. Well, this sister right here, this April Showers, Miss Beautiful Darlene April, is back to wearing a mask and gloves. Yeah, there are a lot. Oh, I know. Georgia girl. This has been, what's today's date? This has been 8 days for me. Yeah, 8 days. But I'm taking all of the medicine and I'm feeling better. So yeah, those in California, we don't want to see anybody homeless. But it looks like, the Red Cross, I've seen where people are donating. They are really getting some great help, as they should. Whenever it's any type of disaster. And I'm going to say this. The rich people will now find out how victims that lost everything from like Hurricane Katrina how these people felt now. To lose everything. And those rich and wealthy people had all of that money. And it still couldn't stop them from losing everything. It's a lot of things that money can't buy. So y'all have a great night. Oh, Pan, thank you. So, if anybody wants to have a conversation to discuss, if anybody is interested in being on the all women's panel, contact B Sparrow or let me know. Because we got to have some of these uncomfortable conversations. Oh, y'all know every time I always say I'm going to end the show, then I think about something else. Now, don't we have a rocket or something that's supposed to be going up? Now, y'all know what the old folks used to say. You know, every time they sent something up there to space, out there in space, you know the weather start acting funny. So, I think a rocket's going to be launched early this morning, or it might have already been. So, you know, the weather's getting ready to change. Conspiracy theory or the truth? Everybody, have a beautiful night. And again, any women that would like to join a women's only panel, contact B Sparrow or let me know. I know Georgia girl, she does Wellness Wednesdays, and she bring people on to talk about their lives. They're telling their stories. They're telling us about their medical conditions, things that they did wrong. So check out Georgia girl. Check out all of these beautiful content creators. Peace, y'all. Bye. I gotta go.